today what we're going to be working on is we're going to start measuring out, and we're going to start building our doors. So we've got, forget what the count was, 20 sets of doors, maybe 22. Anyway, we have all these doors to make. So I'm going to kind of break it down, show you how we're going to do that and how we're going to go about it. But the first thing we have to do is to be efficient with our materials is we're going to get all of our rough sawn wood, and we're going to start measuring it out and breaking it down and see how we can most efficiently use that without having a bunch of waste. So I actually
seconds on the first lap. This is the man, of course, who was the first man to go 180 miles an hour at this racetrack during practice. In second place is Peter Reston. Reston, remember, sat on the pole. Bobby Unser, who was on the outside of the first row, is now third. That's the way they stand at this moment. There you see a look at Donahue, and look where everybody else is. Yes, and Bobby Unser has just gotten by Peter Reston. There he is, car number 2 in second place. The lead is now 7 seconds.
Fantastic problem, Jim, at these very high speeds nowadays. The drivers can't see it so well, and of course the reaction time is so much longer. You're not allowed to add oil at Indianapolis, so therefore it's a major thing. If you do have an oil leak, the pit crew can't really do all about it. So the biggest risk is the accident.
Excuse me, again, there is the pace car. You can see the left front headlight and fender there.
It was built by Bristol's car, and when we arrived on the scene, John got spawned in front of me.
Light speed activated. Hyperdrive deactivated.
What I wanted to show you is I've got a board here, and this is one of the larger boards that I get. I usually don't get them this wide because they're just more difficult to deal with and to handle. But out of this board, it's a 12 foot by 8 or a 12 inch by 8 foot. I'll probably only get 4, maybe 6 doors out of this. So it just takes a lot of measuring because you really want to maximize the boards. You know, you don't want to waste. It's silly to waste. For me, so I was going to be done for the night, definitely for recording, and I was just kind of putzing around, and I had that big board that I wanted to cut. So first thing that's funny, got the board over here, had my drink sitting down here, and as I mentioned, it's a pain in the butt because they're heavy and they're hard to maneuver. So I don't know what this thing weighs, probably at least 40 pounds,
40.
And wasn't really paying attention. I was more paying attention to placing it because it was so heavy, and knocked my drink over, spilled all down here on some wood that I have to hurry and wipe down on the floor. So that is a prime example of why I don't buy the big boards, because they're hard to work with. Okay, so that's one thing. And then the other thing that got me on this is I'm watching this Indy car race, and this big wreck happened. This is 1981, and this is Danny Gaius. He's a Hawaiian, super fast driver, horrible crash. If you can see that, he lives. He does not die. He lives. He goes on to race further, but he does get injured. Here's the cool story about, or the little history lesson on Danny Gaius. In 1987, he races for Roger Penske. If that tells you how good of a race car driver he was, you got to be the best of the best if you're racing for Penske. He's racing for Roger Penske, gets hurt early in the month of May. 1987, not sure if I said that. Gets hurt early in the month of May. There's a driver, very good driver, that doesn't have a ride. His name is Al Unser. Roger Penske gets a hold of Al Unser, says, hey, can you fill in for us? Problem Penske has is that Penske chassis, they don't have one for that year. They only have a previous year chassis, so a 1986 Penske chassis. That chassis or car is sitting in a hotel lobby as a display in Pennsylvania. They rush, go pick up that car, bring it to Indianapolis, put it together, which is a huge task, Get that car in the race. Al Unser gets in that race, races, and guess what he does? He wins his 4th Indianapolis 500 and a big win for Roger Penske. Cool stories like that all the time. Okay, so we are on to the next step here. We just got done ripping all of our boards and running them through the table saw. And now we're taking them over here to the miter saw or chop saw. And we're going to cut them to length. So they're pretty close to length, but they're not exact. So what I do in this situation is I cut both sides so we have a nice, clean 90-degree on both sides. So we'll throw them through here. There's a lot of them. This is the first section or the first grouping, and this is A, and it goes all the way through. I skip a couple letters, but it goes all the way to R or S. I mean, there's a lot of doors and a lot of stiles, a lot of rails. So, and I have 4 doors.
Tossed by the jealous waves of the sea, I'm not as strong days before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to hold. All those little moments, the bites you didn't catch me looking over your shoulder, just at the right time. Those little moments all led me to you. Only God knew about all those little moments. Well, maybe it was fate or a part of his plan. Giving me you was like giving me another chance. Thank God that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to love. All those little moments, the bites you didn't catch me looking over your shoulder, just at the right time. Those little moments all led me to you. Only God knew about all those little moments. We keep on drinking, we keep on wishing. 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 All those little moments, the bites you didn't catch me